Welcome, CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
It's weird having visuals while you're doing this because now you're making faces while we're starting the show. I don't like it, but I like it. All right. So
what are you talking about?
What?
Me? I was making faces?
No, the other person in here. No, I was talking about you. Yes,
that's
we do
crazy.
have a
the
special
NSA
guest.
or the FBI, you think?
We do have a special guest today, though, episode 159. This person hasn't been here since episode 83.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, we almost doubled it up before the last time. We should have had an anniversary for him. But this should give you a little bit of a hint.
Hey, number two. Hey, number two. Hey, number two.
A few more times. You're going to hit that 83 more times.
It'll be really nice to have you back at episode 100 or 318.
I was told there would be no math.
You know what? Also, when I was trying to figure out the last time we had number 2 on, I started going through. I'm like, do you know about when Don't Worry, We're Cousins kind of came into everything? Do you have a guess?
No,
Take a guess, both of you guys.
Oh, Jesus. I feel like it was
I'm gonna
within
guess
the
it
first
was
year.
Episode 83 then, or 81.
You're so special. It came in right when you got on. No, it was episode 42 is when we kicked in the Don't Worry.
That's what I was going to guess, but you didn't let me guess.
Yeah,
so.
You said in the first year. So you were right, 52.
I was right. All right.
Yeah, you're in there. Good job, Larry. And then the other thing is I went through
me.
and our sound is so bad. Like it's unlistenable. Like I was listening to it, I was like, God, I'm more blown out. It was like, remember we couldn't get the volume right at all. And it just sounded like I was like eating the microphone half the time.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. Yep. You remember. I don't know what you were doing there, number 2.
I was trying to eat my microphone.
But really just going down on your laptop.
Lucky.
This is YouTube.
This is going on YouTube, buddy.
I watch ASMR videos. That's what they are.
Another thing, if you guys check out YouTube, you can find out the alias of number 2. You will finally find out a secret that number 2 has been hiding for months and months and months. So check it out and let us know what you think.
It has been like 6 months, hasn't it? We're like old.
Been a while. What are you drinking there, Larry?
I'm drinking from, it's called a Mosaic Ipa from Castle Danger Brewery.
Oh, up north.
Pretty solid. And it was 50% off. So
cheap bastard.
I bought it today and I'm drinking it today. If you're buying beer on sale, you should drink that really quick.
Number 2, what are you drinking?
Water. When you guys took your quick break, I should have gone and got more because I'm almost out.
You can go. We don't need you. That's fine.
Yeah. Take a break. I'm drinking. Okay, this is weird, but it's apple whiskey. It's Jim Beam. Actually, let me show the bottle here on the video.
You should have seen the face he made when he took his first sip. It was real bad. Ooh.
It wasn't that good. I like the honey much better. So it's Jim Beam apple whiskey. This will probably be the only time I buy this. It has a nice.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna.
If they have a shortage of whiskey going on, you'll have it again.
Maybe.
But otherwise.
Well, so I had some like honey whiskey, Jim Beam. I think it was it was Wild Turkey. And then my mom came into town. And when she got here, we kind of finished off a bottle. Well, it was half gone already. Ooh. So I was like, well, I don't have that for the cast because it was supposed to be for the cast. So then I went to Target today and went to the Target liquor store. There isn't a big selection of liquor at the Target liquor store. So I went with the only thing they had was the apple or just regular whiskey. So I decided to give it a whirl.
We just started getting like liquor stores in our grocery stores in the last 2-3 years. Like the rest of the country is like that's where liquor stores are.
Yeah, we have
here. That's like a relatively new
Sunday
thing.
Law, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we could have them, but they were the watered down
3-2 beer, and yeah, that was you couldn't get drunk off of that if you tried. Well, you could, but
you couldn't eat ham
first.
sandwiches or anything. Yeah,
you can get full of
Minnesota's a bunch of Puritans, and we're just loosening up a little bit. So It's weird.
So why do we have number 2? Hey, wait.
Hey, number 2.
Hey, JD.
Why do we have number 2 on today? What do we got going on today? There's a little thing that happened this week.
There was news that happened, and
magical news.
Magical news, and we're gonna have somebody a lot smarter.
Yeah, it got really loud. Sorry about that. We'll bring the volume down in the cast because that was really loud. Here's the problem. The number 2 button, I got to bring all the volumes up because it's so early on cutting buttons. I was just like, whatever volume it's at, this is going on. And now I'm like, I need to go back and recut everything so it's the same level because I have to
now that you know what
turn
you're
the
doing.
volume up and down. So
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Shut up.
That's how you don't get sued. You just say allegedly.
Yeah. Or purportedly.
I haven't heard that. Purportedly.
Yeah.
That's a new one for me.
That's when you're talking about porpoises.
Wait, where's the Zeke?
Val already knows a lot about seafood.
Yeah.
Being a bear and all.
I want to ask you what we're doing on this episode, but I think you're in a coughing fit right now. So
I am. I'm dying.
Yeah. So we have some magical news that happened this week. We were talking about, number 2, what are we talking about with your part? What, the reason why we're bringing you on
Magic's dying. That's it, right? Magic's dying.
You can leave now.
So they're introducing some crossovers with some new IPs joining Magic.
Sweet.
And you're happy about some of them.
Are you on the downhill of it?
Me or number 2?
No, number 2.
I've softened my stance somewhat since it was initially announced, but I'd be curious. I think
that's why I wanted to bring you on. I wanted a different opinion. I'm just kidding.
I think my opinion is still different than yours, but I'll probably still ask you some questions about it that maybe.
Well,
I'm looking forward to a Magic Circle Jerk, so let's all just get happy.
If you listen to Unsnipped, if you're a patron, you find out that Larry and my notes are 5 lines long, and number 2's are 3 pages long, typed in single spacing, 5 font. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you think that would shorten our podcast appropriate timing if we actually did some work, or would we go off of everything and make it just longer?
It would be so much longer.
Okay, so let's keep it at that.
Wait, how do we make it longer? I just want to know for myself.
I mean, you got to
pumps.
Yeah.
Surgery at this point.
What?
So then we also have Stump. We each have a Stump this week. The only problem is I know number 2, so I won't be guessing with number 2s, but then both of you will guess on mine, and we will both Lowry's.
All right.
And then we have One Spec. Which one are we doing for this week, Lau?
Rivals of Ixilan.
I was like, did I catch you off guard there?
Nah,
so we got Rivals. Each one of us has a One Spec. So anything else we want to talk about? Anything happened this week? Do you guys? Anything fun?
No. My wife got her second dose of the vaccine this week.
Oh, where's the applause? Where's the applause? Timing's everything. Larry, you just do it. Go ahead. Actually,
I feel like a monkey right now. A monkey toy.
That's awesome. Did she have any side effects with the
So she got her dose the afternoon of Tuesday, and then Wednesday she slept for about 15 hours. But that was it.
So was it just wore her out, or
like she woke up a little, I got a normal time on Wednesday. She's like, I don't feel great. And then like tried to operate, and then went and laid down at noon, was on TikTok until about 1, and then slept until 4, and then went to bed at 9.
Jeez.
TikTok will do that to you.
Yeah, it's just exhausting. That swipe.
Well, that's awesome though that she got the vaccine. So I don't know where we're getting it. I think I've been hearing.
Oh, I'm bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get it until.
Oh,
not
cool
that
thing,
I don't want it. Just
speaking of the
Johnson
vaccine
& Johnson
stuff, with Cindy's work, they contacted her saying we have vaccines available if you want them, contact us. Her mom's been waiting to get the vaccine, and her coworker's dad, who has very poor health, has been waiting. So they were able to put out feelers to get them pushed in. So her mom actually, I think, got the first dose this week.
Nice.
Well, it's kind of cool that she hooked that up because her dad already got it because he's a vet and they kind of hooked him up, as being a vet. So he got it like 2 weeks ago, and her mom deals with healthcare stuff. So it's kind of weird that she didn't get in on it, but whatever. Her Cindy hooked it up and now her mom has it. So
weird.
That's perfect for YouTube right there.
Are you gonna
no, that's not cut.
Are you gonna fart that one
fart
out?
Noise.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of politics talk this fucking weekend. So we'll move away from that. That'll be for not even unsnipped. That'll just be for talking.
Cut that.
All right. Anything with you, Lowry? Oh, then Kirsten went to our Johanna's baby shower.
Baby shower. Yeah. And they brought she brought our son, and they played with Lincoln, and it's probably the first kid he's played with in a while. So that was good. So we'll probably, once our parents and all that stuff start getting vaccinated, we'll probably start letting him be a lot more active socially and stuff like that. Because he's sick of me, even though I'm cool as shit. But that's
purportedly.
Yeah.
So that's that's our thoughts. And best thing I would say is, one thing that I learned is, so I made some cookies today, chocolate chip cookies, and I just
Special
put them
cookies?
into the cup, and then fill that cup up with water or milk, water with milk.
You're gross.
Then you take a scoop of peanut butter and stir it in there, and then you just eat it like cereal. Holy shit, is that good?
What?
Just saying.
What?
No, thank you.
Yeah,
What are you talking? Do you not like peanut butter?
I love peanut butter.
It's fine. Yeah, I like peanut butter, but
Do you like chocolate chip cookies?
Sure.
not with peanut butter.
Yeah, not with peanut butter. That wouldn't be good.
You should. You should probably try that.
We'll keep them separate. I'll eat a peanut butter and jelly, and then I'll have a cookie after I'm done.
Have you never dunked like a peanut butter jelly sandwich in milk? Because that's good too.
What?
Yeah. You toast the
Who
bread,
are you?
and then you
You get on me
dunk
for
it.
mashed potatoes, and you
No,
fucking do this crazy
because
shit?
you don't
What
like
the fuck is
it.
that?
I'm just saying, do stuff that is likable. As
No wonder you like everything.
No, Ori and I need to write a book of like, this is why we're fat.
it'd make a lot of people jealous. I'm just.
I smell another podcast. Podcast idea.
This is why we're fat. That's got to be the name of it, right?
Yeah, totally. There's probably going to be a Twitter handle after this. All right.
Where are we? Okay, doing cool stuff this weekend. That was what I did.
I found out today that I do have gout. Like I went to the doctor for the first time in 3 years since my doctor retired, and they did like x-rays and everything on my toe, and we're trying to rule out everything. And there's like actually like damage to my toe, I guess. And so I have to get on meds, and then I got to check back in a month or so. Just have high uric acid. So
Did they do blood levels to check on uric acid?
Yep.
Then? Okay.
Yep. So they did that. They did an x-ray. So fun stuff. Good stuff. I'm old.
Yeah.
That is what that is. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I think that's enough BS for now. Let's oh wait. That's good. Oh, let's do our drawings. Let's get our drawings out of the way.
We're doing drawings. We're
As you
giving
guys
stuff away.
know, last month was our most downloaded month, not as in February, January. February was very close. We missed it by about 100 downloads. So if you guys want to in the future, just maybe listen to another episode again, because then if everybody did that, we definitely break the record. But yeah, so we were just shy of breaking the record for February, but this is for January. Lowry, you have the Twitter drawing, so why don't you wait? Drum roll. Go ahead. Well,
I did look, but I'm not cheating.
Doing it again because you're ready.
Just give me a second.
Put it up.
It's like a little crumpled piece of paper. It's
Third time.
going to Pikel 1391.
Congratulations. Woo!
And you're getting an opposition agent. Wow, that's too much light.
Yeah,
That
you
doesn't
yeah.
work.
Blowing out. Yeah, that's all
All
right.
right. That's but
All right.
yes, congratulations. And
I
And
heard that's
this
a
one-
bad card.
It's
not a bad card. It's a good card.
This one is
You
for
take
the
that
Hall
back.
Breacher, and this is for patrons that were $5 or more. So number 2 isn't on. Actually, you were on the other one too, weren't you?
How about you get your hands up? Hand check, bud. What are you doing?
All right. So let me get the drum roll. Gonna grab from the bottom. It is Richard Stibbards. Stibbards? Let's see.
Congratulations.
Congratulations! Woo! So that is for the Hall Breacher. Congratulations.
That one's a
guys,
bad
and-
card.
Yeah, I heard those are both terrible cards according to some random guy on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that guy was.
That just shows you the ability to know what cards are good and bad. when they're
I
coming
enjoyed your tear into that guy because that guy was. It's really fun to see you argue.
out. Oh,
with
I
that
forgot
guy.
about that one. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Number 2 is if you're in the Monticello area.
That wasn't Monty. That was the EDH players of Minnesota.
Okay, so even better. There's a bigger or wider range. Jump in there and you'll see a number 2 rip into some guy that I shouldn't name
Random.
here. But it's pretty funny because he really puts him in his place.
I don't think the 2 best new cards in one set are really that good.
No.
What? What?
What was his bit again? He said that they're just overhyped or something like that. Like he's like, if they die from spot removal, it's a bad card. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But that makes every black card good because all of them live through Doomblade.
Right. I don't remember.
That's-
It's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad. All right, let's get to the tags. So no new patrons this week, but it was Pick Your Proxy month. So sorry, I shouldn't even mention that part. But $1 or more gets
Not
you
anymore.
into the Discord, and that gets you into the BattleBox League. We have about 2 weeks left, and actually kind of changed the rules a bit that anybody that wants in can get their games in. It didn't matter about the cutoffs. It's just the final cutoff that matters. And then we have prizes for that as well. $5 or more gets you the Proxy of the Week each month. Let's see, is that it for Patreon stuff? For now, that's it for Patreon stuff. Oh, unsnipped. So you do get unsnipped. So we send out that. There was some pre-stuff on this episode as well. So that's going out just for patrons only. You can check us out.
And all 3 of us will be on this unsnipped episode,
Mhm.
but number 2 is going to be silent the entire time because he is not unsnipped.
Oh,
That's
so I have to mute him. I don't know why I went Pepe Le Pew with that.
Just cut him out. Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I still have my skin down there. Or no, wait, that's me
Go check.
saying I have my
No,
skin. Okay,
yeah, you do.
I forgot what it means to be unsnipped. Whoopsies. You can check out YouTube. That is the free way to support the show. Just jump on there, like, subscribe. Videos have been going crazy. We've been doing shorts. Curated MTG has been made its debut this week, Lowry, right? What cards did we have this week?
On the shorts,
Diarrhea.
YouTube.
On the-
I did we did Ancient Ruins from last week on Twitter, and then we did a little Jorn package that didn't make it into my my deck, but Freyalise's Wind and Snow Devil, which are
Really?
both from Ice Age, and they're
Freyalise's
just
seems
like
pretty sweet.
they're deep cuts,
Yeah.
and so
The
just
Snow
want to
Devil, I
talk
was
about
like,
them.
I don't see using that card, but the other one seems interesting.
Freyalise's Wind seems like a second Stasis a little bit.
Mhm.
And so, or in that vein of cards, but not as brutal. So it's probably like nicer to have in a deck for those compared to like Static Orb or whatever. So that is something that I like that. But
so yeah, that is where you can also see the podcast here. You can see our beautiful, all three of our faces, and also where you can see Proxy of the Week and all that fun stuff. Just got to go on there, like, subscribe. That's been kind of blowing up lately, especially because we've been doing the videos pretty consistently with all that. Told you
for
the
an
fucking
entire week.
told you the fucking videos were coming. Told you.
Only taken how many years?
Year and a half at least, if not 2.
All right, and then you guys can check out Twitter. That's where you see the Proxy of the Week, where you see Curated MTG. You see not sharing. How was that Diet Coke with coffee, by the way, number 2 today?
With vanilla.
It was.
Oh, it was vanilla? I thought it was just coffee.
No, it was vanilla with coffee.
Okay.
It was really good, but it was super sugary. So I'm not gonna get one of those again. Again, putting it in my Why Am I Fat video book.
Your guys' podcast.
Oh, we're not doing a podcast anymore? I've already been dropped.
He's doing his own book.
I said book initially. Adam suggested podcast. So.
He wants all the you want all the money to come to yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
No, it was really good. I was like, but this is. I looked at like the included sugars. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a lot. That was a lot.
So yeah, that's where you can see the not sharing with Adam and all that fun stuff. And then you can also direct message us there, or another way is to shoot us an email at gmail.com. And you can give us fun ideas for the next segment. I've only gotten one so far, so I need some more. But let's jump into it. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant.
How does this game work?
All right. If you don't know how this game works. All right. So if you don't know how this game works, we are going to read the flavor text of a card. And then, well, we're all three involved kind of this week. We will try to guess by using yes or no questions. Every wrong guess is a -10. Oh, yeah. I had buttons and I didn't edit those. Fuck.
That's the third time that he hasn't had buttons ready.
No, some of that was precast stuff. This is did I even
already at the beginning of the episode? Adam, do you have your buttons ready? Yeah.
Yeah, they're all sitting right here, right next to me. So I did have every wrong guess, but we're just gonna skip the hello boobies. Two. No, that wasn't what I was gonna do. What was the one I did last week? Oh, it was the wow. But it's 2. I gotta recut that. So because all 3 of us are doing it, that's why I didn't do it. Because number 2 can't say hit the buttons, and you can't hit the buttons, so you can't tell me if it's wrong or not.
We can just do it. Hello, booby. Oh, that's true. That is true.
So, all right. So every wrong guess is -10 points. Every clue we give is -5 points. We each have one this week. The only one that not both of us are going to be in is when number 2 does his, because we were kind of talking about it beforehand, so I know what his is. So why don't I kick things off here? Let me pull my stuff up. All right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This one should be kind of maybe easy. Maybe they wanted to be on the winning side for once. Let me read that again. Maybe they wanted to be on the winning side for once. Madoc Lavamancer. Maybe they wanted to be on the winning side for once. Madoc. And it's MATOC, Lavamancer.
Matlock's cousin.
I just want to keep giving you wah, wah, wah.
I'm on a roll tonight. Okay. Lavamancer's
Red card sounds like.
Sounds like a red card.
Is that a guess?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You got to be quick with it.
You're quick.
Sure.
Okay. Grim Lavamancer is from Torment. So is this Grim Lavamancer?
No.
Okay.
You don't think it's just act of treason?
Is that a guess?
Oh,
I'm
that's a
asking
good
Lowry.
one. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, go with it.
Act of treason.
No.
Okay.
The only thing is that wasn't played a lot. But is it a card that steals other creatures?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're onto something there. Okay. We know it's a red card. We know that it steals.
You guys are guessing.
What's the big one?
What's the big one?
3 red, 5 colorless. Insurrection?
Fuck you. What's the big one? As soon as you said that, I looked down at the casting cost. I was like, shit.
Son of a shit.
All this prep and it's wasted.
What were the other ones that we
No, it's gonna made an appearance on episode 35, top game winner cards, and then features possessed elves with knives. Did you realize that? They're all their eyes are all red and they're possessed because you're taking them and they're stabbing.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump into number 2s because I know number 2s, so I'm not gonna guess here. So let's keep going with Lowry on this.
All right. So the flavor text is infinite possibilities contained in a finite space.
I'm just going to sit here and drink and be happy.
Blue card?
No.
Oh. All right. All right. Infinite possibilities in what?
Contained in a finite space.
Contained in a finite space. It's not blue, so it makes me feel like it's an artifact. Infinite possibilities. No, not yet. Let me work my way through that. Contained in a finite space.
Read the flavor again.
Is it an artifact?
It is.
Okay.
Infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities contained in a finite space.
Soul Ring. Infinite possibilities. So it makes me feel like it's a random card.
Oh, I forget that you can see my face. I'm like, you weren't looking up, and I'm like shaking my head. And I'm like,
this is all on video. I'm just not looking at you.
You weren't looking at me.
Would you like one of my clues?
Yeah, yes.
Let me just go. Let me go with one guess. I don't think this is right, but it's a shot in the dark. Teferi's puzzle box?
No.
Okay, I'll take a clue.
The art is featuring something that's pokey.
I love that.
That's not a good one.
Yeah, I love that.
The art is pokey. So it makes me feel like this is Night of the Hokey Pokey from Unhinged.
How did you know?
A super played card in EDH.
Yeah. Okay. A pokey.
Wait. When you go back to what this card is, it's pretty funny. I love that.
Infinite possibilities contained in a finite space.
That doesn't do anything, Lowry.
Just dancing. Like it makes me want to say like Quark's thumb, but it's not.
Well, you just found out it was an artifact. Oh, I guess yeah.
I got artifact right.
Yeah.
I was thinking Karark himself.
I'll take another clue.
There are 4 printings, but only 1 art.
Four printings, 1 art, infinite possibilities contained in a finite space. And it's artifact, and that's about any relevant thing that I know. It's pokey. I mean, that could be a finger pokes. Like, that's what I was thinking, Crux thumb. But it's, even if I was going, okay, I need to get it down to, is this a card? Original printing was was it Time Spiral towards now printed?
Yes. Yeah, it would have to be.
Number 2, wouldn't it be a lot more printings than that?
No.
I'm counting 6.
Are you doing an online one? I don't count that.
No.
Like
'Cause-
MTGO.
Mm,
How about you say those?
yeah, I was like, I
say
almost
them
did.
out loud.
Never mind. We'll talk about it after. I'm just curious because
Go to Gatherer instead.
because I'm on Goldfish looking at it.
Yeah.
Keep going,
Go to
Larry.
Scryfall. Damn it. Okay, so it's new-ish, within the last 10 years. So that really narrowed it down. Or is this even like last 15? So we're saying this is highly played, roughly. Is this a rare?
No.
So, I'll take do you just have one more clue?
Yep.
I'll take that last clue.
It looks like it was something found on Antiques Roadshow.
That doesn't fucking help me either.
I think you were on the right track in thinking blue.
So are we saying this is an uncommon?
Yes, it was.
It was.
Continue.
Or is. So it's downshifted to common? 4 printings.
Give him the most recent printing, number 2.
Most recent is uncommon.
No,
Is
Set.
Commander Legends.
artifact. It's Pokey. Antiques Roadshow. It's used a lot.
I mean, it's used a lot.
Probably used when people have a big hand size.
Just a
Thought vessel?
yes.
That's totally accurate. I should. Yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah, the other sets I was because I saw Gather, but it has Commander Anthology, Commander 2015, Commander Anthology Volume 2, Mystery Booster, The List, and Commander Legends.
But if you go to Gather,
Yeah, no, I see that on Gatherer. It only has it as Commander 2015, Anthology 2018, and Legends. But it shows up in the list and stuff. So that just depends on how you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think
The list
either.
wouldn't-
That didn't help me either way.
Yeah. And I didn't realize it was a mystery booster. Oh no, I did know that. I got
That's
it in one of my packs.
That was tough. But I should have known it. You're totally
I
right.
love my favorite is it's Pokey.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Larry, finish this off because we've already gone through the site. We've already done the volume thing. We'll be doing it twice here.
All right.
Or a bed.
What was once formed by masons, shaped by smiths, or given life by mages, I will return to the embrace of the earth.
Oh, I'm so bad with these. It
What?
feels like it's a red card or an artifact.
say that again.
What was once formed by masons, shaped by smiths, or given life by mages, I will return to the embrace of the earth.
I will return to the earth.
Um,
Seems like a green card to me.
ask it because I don't know anything.
Is it a green card?
It is a green card.
You're welcome.
Yeah, red
There you go.
or an artifact? Because if I was playing by myself, those would have been my first 2 guesses.
Card returned to the earth.
Green card.
I need
What
it
is-
again.
What was once formed by masons, shaped by smiths, or given life by mages, I will return to the embrace of the earth.
Sounds like a removal card.
It's funny because I was like, sounds like a regrowth kind of card.
or I mean, like regrowing a nature area, but not like
Is this Is this a card that you have recently put in a deck?
Me?
Yes. Just curious where you're getting the if it's like Jorn. Like that's what I was like, did it go
It's
into
not.
Jorn?
It wasn't in Jorn. No.
Okay.
It is green.
Is this
And I'll just let you know that number 2 is on. It is a removal card.
From green.
Okay. I will return to the earth.
Has it been printed in the last 5 years?
I'll give you a little bit more detail on that. Yes. It has already been printed 1 time this year and 3 times
in
last year.
2021 or 2020?
Yes. 3
One
times
time?
in 2020 and 1 time in 2021. 9 total printings.
One time in 2021 already. So
Is any of the we have Kaldheim, but what any of the secret layer stuff, what's in those? Is there any green card in the secret layer that's removal? We had Black is Magic, and that had Teferi, it had Ponder, had Soul Ring. What is green? And is there any green in there?
Cultivate, but not
Oh,
removal.
that's a good point. Was there any other secret layers? I don't think so. Oh, yes, there was. There was the
Seb.
It doesn't matter.
It's not in a secret layer. Is it in a secret layer?
No.
So it's Kaldheim, because that's the only other thing that was printed this year.
I don't know my green cards that well because green sucks.
Oh, you take that back.
This is the guy that was talking about building 3 straight red decks. Come
No,
on.
it's just because that's all. It's all that's come out. I have to build red decks. Change my background to red.
Do you guys want to? I'll reread it.
Yeah,
Here.
give me a clue.
You want a clue or you want me to reread it?
Well, we know it's from Kaldheim, but I can't think of what green stuff is in there that's removal.
What was once formed by masons, shaped by smiths, or given life by mages, I will return to the embrace of the earth.
What's the one that destroys flying creatures? That's in Kaldheim, because I know it is because I have it in my one of my. Nope, not that. Lars giving. Do you realize that you're on camera? No.
Just
All right.
helping. It's not.
Give a clue. We haven't even got a clue from you yet.
Yeah,
besides
I was asking. Do you want a clue?
Yeah.
I mean, I gave you parts of it, like the amount. It is on EDH Rec. It is in 50,996 decks.
Isn't helping because it just means it's a really high play green card, and I can't think of
It
it.
should tell you like this is in a ton of decks.
What's the artifact or enchantment removal cards in green?
Well, you have it creeping mold? You have
Oh God,
Who the fuck plays Creeping Mold?
I don't know. I'm just trying to name stuff off the top of my head.
You know what card I'm thinking of, Lowry.
I think you know what you're thinking of.
I know what I'm thinking.
I don't know what you're thinking
It's right
of.
there. He's got it right. Wait, pointing over to the right.
Oh God.
So start giving me ideas of what.
Start
you
saying
think.
what the card is, like what is it removing?
A card type.
Yeah.
Instant removes artifacts or enchantments.
It removes artifacts and enchantments. Or.
Right.
Or just or. Artifact or enchantment.
Is this multicolor? Or is it just green?
Just green.
No,
is just
it's
green?
green. Instant.
Not an instant.
Not an instant.
No.
Oh, damn it.
Well, this bit is going really fucking long.
Start contributing, Adam.
I'm not good with these. Imagine if I wasn't here. It'd be the same.
Another clue.
Yeah.
It is an elf.
It's a creature.
Oh.
No. Creature. Oh, God damn it.
Oh, Reclamation Sage?
Yes, Rex
Yep.
Sage.
Fuck.
Woo! This side's fun.
This side's fun. Can I do this every week?
No.
All right, we're gonna get right into this because that went long.
It's hard, isn't it? It's harder than you
said.
think when you're. Yeah. No.
I'm just not good at that. I can't even. Yeah, I was totally until you said it was a creature. The whole time I was like,
I even was thinking he's going to be being tricky about this. It could be a creature because it's green. But then I got stuck on my instance with green being real good at that.
I feel like picking something that's in almost 51,000 decks is not being tricky.
Nah.
yeah, you guys
Magical news.
Got mine without even getting a clue. Okay, so what happened this week? We had some news. Number 2, why don't you let us know since you're our news breaker on the Discord?
Magic is taking voyages to universes beyond.
Oh, you have it written down. Or no, you're just reading.
Are you just reading the press release? Is that what they wrote?
I opened the article.
I thought you actually wrote out this.
Whoa, he opened the article too? What kind of garbage preparation are you doing here?
Hey guys. No,
That's why we're gonna have you on regularly.
Yeah.
Read.
See, this is what quality standards are like, guys.
Is this how you do a regular podcast? Can you please teach us?
So they're bringing Lord of the Rings
Woo!
and Warhammer 40K to Magic.
I don't know much about that, but
yeah, I don't know about the other one, but
wait, that it? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, they're just looking to bring lots of crossovers, and these are the first ones.
Well, what's specific with this is the Lord of the Rings one is going to be an actual set, and the Warhammer is more of a commander, right? Isn't that what it was?
Commander decks. And there's a
Decks?
couple
Like multiple decks.
Multiple decks.
Ugh. Okay.
Is this all coming this year? Do we know?
I think. Does it say?
Lord of the
There's
Rings
no way it
shouldn't happen this year.
They couldn't because they've already announced what's in the standard kind of normal sets this year. I know
22 and beyond, I think.
Okay. So
and they're going to be for sale in all Magic channels, not standard legal, I think is the biggest news in some of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not the Lord of the Rings one because I thought that was okay. So that'll be kind of just a special.
The D&D set will still be standard legal, but this stuff is not.
Okay.
I mean, D&D, they produce D&D and they've done a lot of crossover between the two already. So that seems like a normal step.
D&D is still going to be weird because playing means something completely different in D&D than it does in Magic. So I don't know what's going to happen there.
Like the word playing?
Plane.
Plane.
Like Planeswalker.
Okay. I thought you were talking about playing, like I'm playing a game.
No. Like plane, like the elemental plane of fire means that's where the fire elementals live, not where Chandra babies come from.
Okay.
Chandra babies.
And everybody in D&D is aware that there is the fire elemental plane, whereas in Magic, like planeswalkers are rare, and nobody knows that there are these other worlds.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's.
So story-wise might be weird.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there with this Universe of Beyond stuff.
But I mean, like I think that's important though, is to I think if they can do it well, like the crossover IPs are fine. Like if it makes sense for both, then I don't have a problem with it. But if you're bringing D&D and people from D&D come here and it doesn't work for them, then isn't that like wrong advertising a little bit? Like they come over and they're like, oh, this isn't what I was expecting. These words mean different things.
Right. I mean, but are they going to care? Because they're still going to have sold Magic products to those D&D players.
But you want it to be long-term. I mean, the big difference, I mean, I don't know if it was a separate press release, but they went from, I think it was a year or two ago where they were selling 250 million gross. And then this last year they grossed 800 million. That's big time right there. That
is huge. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you want those players to stick around. You don't want it just to be a bubble and then burst. You want to keep on growing as a company. So if you don't do it right,
I
don't think it's beneficial for what they're doing.
So what are your guys' biggest issues? Is it because of the lore stuff? Is it because of kind of the memes that we talked about on the Discord where you're casting your Yu-Gi-Oh card that kill a Pikachu and Gollum comes in and whatever, like all the different types, the planes and everything? Is that kind of because for me that doesn't bother me, but I want to know from your guys' perspectives on all that.
So for me, that's some of it. And Morrow actually did address that. The cardboard crack cartoon that was out there, like Elsa attacks whoever or SpongeBob with this giant ninja sword. And Morrow addressed that in one of his little tumblers, like, you already can get a squirrel in a car with a sword and they go attack something. It's already pretty ridiculous. Well, I mean, we play these games. We accept ridiculousness by default. We accept there is a woman that can shoot magic from her hands. We accept that there can be a fiery sword. We accept that there can be a car that can drive by not gasoline or batteries. So there are rules to these things that we can accept. What we then might run into are when these rules get broken. Like, you like playing Diablo.
Yes.
When you play Diablo, your character carries 30 giant breastplates in his bag.
Did you say breasts?
He did.
Yes, breasts.
Sorry.
Wait. Oh,
Hello,
shit.
boobies.
Hey,
Hello,
shit,
boobies.
shit.
Hello, boobies. Hello,
Can you-
boobies.
Wait. It just has to.
Are all the sets of boobies, and I want them in my face.
All right. Sorry. Breast, you were saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So your character in Diablo can carry 30 sets of armor.
Hello,
Can
boobies.
I
No,
purposely didn't say it.
I was ready for it though. I was like, he's gonna say breast again.
Hello, boobies.
Oh shit, he didn't say it.
Still pressing.
Can you personally carry all those sets of armor?
Sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try.
Fuck.
Oh,
Oh, where did he go?
I saw the black screen and then
Yep.
it fucking did it again. Is it? God, all right.
no,
Turn.
you're
turn
fine.
back.
With this, all right.
The upside down has come again. We suck again. What the fuck happens? Like, I was nowhere near anything. I was leaning
You
back
didn't
and
touch it. Nope.
it just fucking flips.
Maybe it's there's do you have like a hello boobies and then it just
Yeah, it's connected to the button.
Alexa's like, I'm flipping. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ridiculousness, like premise wise.
Right.
With it, yeah.
We're willing to suspend our disbelief to a certain extent because there are rules that the
Accept.
system that we believe in follow.
Yeah.
And
I think that's important. Like that goes with a lot of stories or movies, books, movies, shows. They set up the world. They go, these are the rules, how magic works, or we have dragons, and then you accept that and you go into that. And then when they break it, it does ruin it a bit.
yeah.
Right? Like, I can't think of any examples because we don't prep. That's
So, does
but-
having Andrew Lincoln in Magic break that immersion for you?
who?
Is that from
Exactly.
Walking Dead?
Yep.
No. For me.
No.
So, and
Does
I kind of
having
talk.
Love Actually guy?
So here's the thing. And we talked
If
about
it
this
was
a
like
little bit on
Mr.
Discord.
Clean, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know if I like this.
Well,
So
the thing
there's
about
the question: where's the line for you?
the thing that I talked about on Discord is I'm not so much. I know about the lore a little bit more than I used to, but more so I've always been like, what does the card do? What are the mechanics of the card? The name. That's why I'm so bad at fucking Stump the Smith Savant and all that shit. I can tell you what a card like. Hey, there's this card that does this, and that, but I never know the name of it. You're not never, but you know what I'm saying? Most of the time I don't know the name. That doesn't
You never
matter
know
to
the
me.
name.
Thanks, Larry. Well, you're my savant. All I have to do is like, hey, Larry.
It's the only reason you keep me around.
Yeah. So like that doesn't bother me as much. The big thing with this is like the Lord of the Rings one, especially. Personally, I'm buying all the premium of it. Like I'm gonna have that for sure. And how much more are they gonna draw in for the Lord of the Rings people? Because I was talking with my aunt. She's the one that got me into Lord of the Rings back in when I was going to college freshman year. And she's probably going to buy cards. She's probably going to buy a bunch of these, you know, this is going to draw so much revenue in.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about Warhammer's big. It's just not big for me. I'll still, I won't go nuts with that one. You know, it'll be like a normal Commander product for me. But like these special things, like if I was still into Walking Dead, I would have loved the Walking Dead more than I did. I still liked it because the mechanics of those cards are really unique. I really like my Daryl deck. Lowry really likes his Glenn deck. Glenn is just a good card in general.
If you take the name and the art away from Glenn, it's a Magic card.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say that like, is it Sam Black? No, it's not Sam Black. It's Channel Fireball guy that's really good at limited.
LSV?
No. I mean, he's really good too. But it's
Sam Black is the really
Ben
good
Stark.
One. Ben Stark. Okay.
And so he was just like, I wish there wasn't art. Like the name you got to have so that you can say it. But he's just like, I wish there wasn't art. I could scribble on it, and that's all that matter.
Yeah. But
And
some
like
of those cards,
some people are
though,
like that. They just want the mechanics and then like mana cost and like the name just so you can reference it instead of explaining what it does. And so that's the very like broken down part of it. And the lore and the Vorthos of cards are the art and what that's definitely for some people. And so when there is this, I totally get that it's different, as very weird. And I do think if they just had the reskin like the Godzillas, there's not an issue. I thought that was the perfect way to bring people in that were Godzilla fans into Magic, at least for one set. But like the actual cards, like The Walking Dead and talking about Lord of the Rings, like, and for Warhammer, you're just like, I agree. Like if there's so much of it, is that for us anymore, or is it just for other people?
So what? Sorry, one little point that was kind of hidden at the bottom of that press release is they talk about these cards might do what they did with the Ikoria, or they might do with what they did with the Walking Dead, and they say they might be both, but they're going to default to doing the Walking Dead treatment.
Oh,
which I like less. I agree with you, Lowry, that the Godzilla treatment is better.
I think to make everybody happy, the Godzilla treatment is the best way to do it. The fanboy of it, I would like the Walking Dead way better. You know, for being a Lord of the Rings fan, I would just like this Gandalf card, this Soul Ring being the one ring card, you know, like cards that are that instead of a skin. But I think the smartest idea is the skins. I think they should do that because
it makes them more collectible, like a little bit harder to get. You don't have to like spread it too thin. Like who was the like fourth Ent that talked in the Two Towers, because he gets a card because we have to fill out the space.
Right.
But when you're doing the Godzilla reskins, like
it's just the top
you're
cards,
only doing
rares and
things that you know.
Yeah.
And so like that makes sense to me. I saw those cards. I'm not a big Godzilla fan, but I'm like, I relatively know what's going on here.
But would it draw in those non-Magic players into it as much if it was just a skin? You know what I'm saying? They won't know the difference necessarily, but
I think it would draw in more people than not having them. I mean, it's just a matter of numbers.
Yeah.
I think my biggest issue with, aside from standing on their own, my biggest issue with the Walking Dead one was it was real people. And that just seems, I don't like seeing. I wouldn't want to see any real person in the game.
Like
and for them,
Adam and Lowry card, right?
Right. Like if it's not just like one that you
though?
guys personally made for fun for us to play some random night. Like
Just
I wouldn't want to see.
face.
Right.
Doing this.
But like, and for them, yeah. And that just
that
seems
hurt my
also
shoulder. Fuck.
that's what Lowry was saying earlier too.
Ow, that's my dislocation. This is the bad shoulder, and I'm like fucking putting it over my head. How'd you do
Adam,
that,
please
Lowry?
stop getting hurt because I get sympathy pains, then I get
Yeah.
actually hurt later on, probably a month or two
Oh,
from now.
Lowry,
so.
I'm getting gout.
Am I
in
gonna
my
get hurt
finger.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
This one right
You're
here.
catching it. Those are only for the YouTubers right there.
I think you need to blur it.
And then
He just flashed his penis.
it was hard to
It's
see.
my
A very
11th
small
finger.
blur.
But I also have to worry.
thumb.
I also have to worry from Wizards' perspective, like for like say Andrew Lincoln gets accused of bad behavior later, he's in their game forever, and now like the artist or the players in the MPL that are stuck in their game.
But that also kind of happens with the art, though. A lot of times they've had to
Right.
ban certain art, and
But
certain
that's
artists.
just happening.
Yeah, no,
like,
I'm
the
just saying,
idea
like,
of it.
Right, but
happens.
This is super easy to avoid by not putting a real person into the game, where like an artist is harder to avoid. You have to have an artist.
I think we can all
does,
agree that the having the skin is probably what
Yeah.
they should have done with The Walking Dead, or what they might still do with The Walking Dead. I'm pretty confident that they're going to come back to that and turn those into actual cards at some point, and then kick it back saying that the Walking Dead ones are actually these.
Just like a reskin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just fucked it up, and they didn't
But
know
if
what
you
they
just
wanted
set-
those cards to be now, so they're just
I think you need to set up that plane though too, because it's harder to accept just like what those 5 cards. Like you just know they're a part of, like, other than mechanically, there is nothing magic about where they were, what they are. Like,
zombies.
They have a like
They have zombies.
Yes, but they don't look like our zombies.
They're
the-
walkers. Are they black or are they white or what are they? They're colorless.
I mean,
what the fuck are
Maro, yeah. Maro is a big proponent of like not having guns in our game. I'm pretty sure they had guns in The Walking Dead, like Rick, the Rick
they? Yeah,
character.
in the actual show they did, but not in those
Yeah.
cards. Wasn't. Maybe
It
in
wasn't on
Prox-
his like hip or whatever. So
Maybe in the
like I'm
Proxy
just
I did.
saying like and like
No,
fold
Rick
that
had
into
this
like
stupid look to him, like I don't know. It
but,
was
like,
really bad.
Warhammer 40K, like that
Oh,
has
yeah,
guns,
how are they gonna do that?
tanks,
Yeah.
mech suits.
I think
So-
all of this, Morrow is losing all of these arguments that they've had for a long
Yep.
time. And I feel bad for him because he has to argue publicly in favor of this stuff.
Yeah. That's and he's probably not gonna do. He's a bright guy.
Yeah.
But when he doesn't like something, even if he like doesn't say that he doesn't like it, he still tries to like mess with it. Like he didn't like color identity. He wants hybrid to work with one color, monocolor. And so that's why he did
that list of things to change with Commander, that if you could change.
No, but that's why the black white hybrid, whenever you play a spell, pay that, and then everybody uses
extort.
Yeah.
that's why he created extort to fuck with people, pretty much. and that's when like the rules committee was like, if it's in the parentheses of a reminder text, it doesn't count. But it fucks with people. You still get people asking like, does extort count as black white? And so
Right.
this mono white card, but so that they kind of go back and forth. And so it'll be interesting to see if Morrow does anything about it as well.
Well, I think some of this stuff comes from further on high than he
For
can
sure.
fuck with.
For sure.
So like
But I
there's
mean, like
not
I
a
don't
card
know.
he can make to fuck with the E CEO.
Yeah, this is true. But like something to battle within the set, or just like I'm not smart enough or creative enough to know, even, you don't know what's going on, so you don't know how to counteract it. Not saying he's going to or trying to save the game either, but he's had control for a long time, and the game has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate Morrow in a lot of ways. And so that's where I think what fits for Magic works. Like Lord of the Rings, I don't have any problem with it. You know what I mean? It's wizards, it's swords, it's orcs, goblins, hobbits, which are just essentially Kithkin. So I just don't have a problem with Lord of the Rings at all.
The Warhammer is a little different.
Warhammer,
Yeah.
But it's also an IP that I'm unfamiliar with.
Right.
And so
I don't know what's all in that. Yeah.
What are they going to do with it? Which, like Lord of the Rings, I'm like, they're going to probably just hit that out of the ballpark. It's going to be fine. Warhammer, I'm just like, that's the one I'm worried about. And I'm going like, if you turn it into like a Phyrexian army, maybe that works. Because like, I think Phyrexian Hulk, one of their art looks pretty similar to a mech suit. I saw that on Twitter and I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. I see that then. But like tanks are like vehicles and that works. So is this like, could you set it up like it's a Mirrodin? Like where it's even the Phyrexians, they've taken over Mirrodin, but then there's even those factions that are fighting amongst themselves within it. You set that story up like that, and you might be able to sell it and be fine with it. And so I think that's the big thing about Magic is that you can mechanically make it work. And if you can make the Vorthos part of it work, then that's that marriage of just like, okay, this is fine, this works, but you got to work really fucking hard with what they're doing right now. They're being forced into a box rather than being able to do whatever they want and then burn it down into what works. They're like, we're doing Warhammer. This is what Warhammer does. We need to fit that into here.
So question for both of you with Magic. This is, again, lore stuff that I don't know as much about. Magic, when it talks about planes, that's talking about kind of different worlds, right? In a way.
Yeah.
So why can't there be these different crazy worlds? Because it is a universe. It is. Why can't we be in the world of The Walking Dead? I know, why can't we be in the world of, this could be a different planet. This is Lord of the Rings planet. This is Pokemon's planet. Like you get into these all these different worlds, and I don't want it to go that way necessarily, but that's just my question of why can't we visit these different worlds and all these things that didn't exist in Magic, where they didn't have guns and all that stuff. Well, on this world, it does, and it's only for this world. I know it doesn't fit with everything that has happened in the last 30 years of Magic, but there are different worlds.
We absolutely could. It is a multiverse, and that is one of the things that a multiverse is infinite. Just like in the Avengers, it's infinite. And
I think fuck, I did not realize there were witches in Avengers until this fucking week.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
witches.
Beep, 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 beep,
Dude,
beep. Come on. It's not a spoiler if Wanda is the Scarlet Witch.
I didn't realize that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
That was her name. It's weird to call her Wanda. It's the Scarlet Witch.
I didn't even know who Wanda was until this fucking thing started. Pretty much. I mean, she was like a sub hero for me. I'm a Lord of the Rings guy. I like superheroes. I'm X-Men. We've already had this discussion.
But you go back and read your books, nerd.
I don't read books. I listen to them. But
yes, the multiverse is going to probably be the excuse for why all of this works.
No, back to what I was talking about before. There's witches in this. Fucking what?
Are we still talking about Marvel?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we? How about we go? I want to talk about Lord of the Rings a little bit. Okay, so I am excited about Lord of the Rings, and a big reason would be just the lands. Think about like the basic lands of just basic lands of different locations would be wonderful, and then you get legendary places and those lands. I would be super. I would be excited.
Dude,
if they did that.
When this came out, I had a boner. I'm not gonna lie.
Is this going to have to be lands that are scenes from the movie, or are these going to have to be artist renderings based on descriptions from the books or from the animated series?
They would probably go. If I had to
I would
guess,
hope that it's a reinterpretation of the books.
That's what I would think too. I think
That's
the movies.
what I would want.
Yeah,
but I think the
old.
movies are more known, and I would think they would probably go off of that a little bit more, but not.
But that's, I think, a little bit of how you make Lord of the Rings a little bit more magic, is a reimagining. You know, it's a retelling. Because I think that's probably another wrong turn with The Walking Dead was it's like, oh, that's the Walking Dead show.
Right.
And there's the comic book that they could have done. And there could just be
But they wouldn't have sold
version.
as much if they did that.
Sure.
Because you lost the audience of Walking Dead stuff. But yeah.
But you got a lot of people pissed off here going like wide-eyed, you know?
I think
so. Yeah, if you're trying to sell something, you do the movies. You do it like the most popular IP of what's going on. But
again, I think what it boils down to is the skins. I honestly think if they were to solve all the problems of making every single person happy, is probably besides all the lore people, the really hardcore lore people, lore. Is the skins. Like that solves it. Like you guys were saying before, like the Godzilla things were perfect. Like it was like a test, and it was like, that was awesome.
Yep. Everybody just loved it. I didn't hear a single person go, I hate this.
Keep doing it, because the thing is, you could sell all those premium ones. I could do it every single set and go, all right, here's Jorn is actually Jon Snow. You know, like it could have gone like Game of Thrones, like boom. Like just had this little premium thing in every set, and you would have people buy that weren't even Magic fans. What are you about to write? You're about to write.
Well, I prepped for this. We're doing a little game here now. Now that we're okay, so other IPs that potentially could work. What do you guys think about this? I'm pitching this to Hasbro Wizards right now.
Yeah,
what do you think about listening. A crossover? With...
Only Commanders 2 dimes and a nickel is listening to this. That's big time.
I'm gonna steal this. What would you think about a Marvel crossover or sweet. DC? Marvel or DC? See,
I got this stuff too. I'm like Minecraft.
Oh, sweet.
Minecraft's coming to Magic.
That's an awful idea.
My son would love the shit out of that.
I don't even.
You got
like
the
that.
Avengers.
Yeah,
Avengers
Marvel
sweet.
DC. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably fine with that. That's a little bit of where the spark was.
Mm-hmm.
So like just the concept of what they could have done. Yeah.
They assembled.
Pokemon. They couldn't do it.
No.
They couldn't do it.
I don't think you go with like a competing competitor. Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Fortnite.
I don't know enough about Fortnite.
I don't know anything about Fortnite.
Sounds like a good way to grow our audience.
Halo. Mario.
I'd be cool.
Halo. You could bring in the Beyonce fans.
What? Why Beyonce?
Yeah, what?
What?
The Beyonce song. Come on, you guys.
Halo.
What song? Is it called Halo?
You got us.
It's called
Halo.
I don't listen to what the kids are listening to. Sorry.
The kids. This is like
it was like
10
a decade
years ago.
old.
Exactly. I'm almost
the
40.
early 20 kids. What about Jurassic Park?
Oh,
I think that would be awesome.
AJ just sent me that one that he wants me to do for heroic intervention with I'm gonna probably design that one this
so
week.
I chose good ones. Number 2 is choosing like awful ones.
He's trying to make his point. So he's
how bad can this get?
Exactly.
How about Sesame Street?
My daughter's been watching
rips Snuffleupagus' heart out with his beak.
My daughter's been watching this awful anime Glitter Force. What? How about that one? It's so bad. It's these 5 girls. They activate these compacts of makeup and they just put it on. And now they're super powered. It's terrible.
How many sexist stereotypes can you fit into a show?
It's so bad. And she loves it. She can tell me everything about it though.
Okay, so Star Wars. Probably not.
I was thinking that would work.
Why wouldn't it work? I mean, if we can put Warhammer 40K, that's Space Marine.
That's what actually one of my questions was going to be. Number 2, you're a huge Star Wars guy or no?
I mean, I like Star Wars.
Okay, so what's your but like huge movie franchise or book
What are
or
you
whatever?
into?
What is your like? Because Lord of the Rings,
Missionary, cowboy, what?
It's called
just
The
for
Cat.
my notes for later.
Cats.
Cats.
Cats was an awful movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I've liked Star Trek. I've enjoyed Star Wars. I've watched all the
You're
Lord.
Star Trek over Star Wars, right? You're a
Correct.
Trekkie? Okay. So what if they did a crossover with Star Trek?
I would not want to see that in Magic.
You wouldn't go buy premium of that if they
No.
did it?
No.
Really?
He's a man
Because
of
it's
principle.
because it's space stuff, or just because it doesn't
I just-
fit?
Purportedly.
I don't
Well,
like
what if it was-
crossovers just for crossover's sake.
Because
They need to make sense to me. And
well,
that
what if it was
doesn't
all the gods? Because that deals with the space and
the gods. No, Star Trek doesn't deal with. There's one movie about gods and it
I
was
guess, yeah.
terrible.
was it really a movie about God?
Yeah, I think it was like Star Trek 3 and it was terrible.
The only Star
I'm
Trek.
not done yet. What about Avatar, the blue one?
Well, what other one is there?
Well, there's the cartoon.
the Last Airbender ones.
Yeah,
That one would be great.
but not the blue one. That's James Cameron.
The James Cameron one. That would work,
That would work,
actually.
yeah.
That would work really well.
Yeah.
So
And then my last idea, which seems probably a little too dark for Magic, but Alien versus Predator.
it
Would
too.
work. I mean, it's
Because you
just
got
monsters.
Phyrexian.
You're
That's
just gonna,
like-
s- yeah.
That's like Korea.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I feel like the aliens are Phyrexian.
The Phyrexian.
They feel very
Yeah,
Phyrexian.
they're very Phyrexian.
I mean, they don't convert you to being an alien. They just eat
What
your
would Predator
face.
though? Where would Predator fit in?
Well, they'd be like the humans and or aliens that are like trying to kill them off.
Well, I was thinking Alien versus Predator. I don't know.
Yeah, they
All I know is I'm going to take a laser tank from Warhammer and I'm going to drive it to the Battle of Helm's Deep because Adam loves crossovers.
Hell to the yeah. Helm's Deep is going down with the
I
tank,
don't know
though.
what you're talking about now. Is that where White Gandalf shows up?
White can't.
No, that's where the Riders of
Racist.
Rohan and the guy from The Boys shows up.
Is this all
Come
in
on.
your notes? You're like
You
reading
can't-
off your paper. You're just
I'm
like,
not.
all right, I'm gonna give all these.
He's in a lot more than just the boys.
And
Come
then
on.
Papa Smurf comes out of
Judge
nowhere
Dredd.
and destroys
Thor,
all the
Ragnarok.
Uruk-hai.
Yeah.
He's
He was
yeah,
in
he's
that
all
TV show with the
he's in
android.
Star Trek.
He is. He's Bones.
What?
He's Bones in Star Trek.
Oh,
Hello, boobies.
yeah. All right. Well, that's a transition song.
Yeah,
How we doing on time?
we are very long. All right, so we're gonna.
Thank
She
you.
said.
I wish she said it.
In the common tongue, it says one
Spec.
to rule them all.
What? Adam doesn't say that
Holy
right
shit,
there?
we are long.
Spec.
To bring them all. And in the darkness, fight them.
Did you think every time that that was going
No.
on that? Oh, okay, I was like,
did not.
that would be
It's called
talent
jokes,
right there.
Adam. That's called jokes.
Bring the volume down. Spec. Spec.
No, I
Well,
wrote
it's
that
not
joke
that
in my
long. We're
notes.
at an hour 10.
Oh, you did? Did you really?
No, I did not. Come on.
I mean, you have 3 pages of notes. I have a page and a half.
We haven't even used half of my
A
notes.
page? Not why did I say a page and a half?
Was there
It's
s-
half a page?
Okay, since we talked about this in the unsnip part, like, is there anything else that anybody wants to say about crossovers? Do we yay, nay?
I'm fine with them. I've softened on it.
I'm a
I don't-
yay.
I don't care for them, but I've come to accept them. They grow the game. Whatever. I'll still play with the cards I want to play with.
Yeah.
And I don't hate people like Adam that want them.
I mean, you
You
should.
deep inside. You do. Like, I'm the real. I'm number 1. You're number 2.
What's going on?
His hate fuels me.
You both have mustaches. I don't know who the bad guy is. Facial hair. Whatever.
3 of us.
You know, I'm gonna give it.
I'm not an Adam.
I'm gonna give you.
I'm just me.
A side note to this, behind the curtain type thing. editing your picture, Lowry, with your crazy ass beard was very hard to do to get that fucking thumbnail to work on YouTube because it was all over. And then there was like gaps. And so then I could see through to your background. And I'm like, God damn it. It took me like an hour and a half to edit your thumbnail because of your goddamn beard. Your beard alone took 30 minutes. You can see it now in the video because I can see blue right through. Turn your head that way. Turn your head that way. Nope, the other way. So you can see the blue right through, and I had to like get in there and edit it out. It was.
I think
fun.
that was the night that my wife was playing with it, and she did like full on like triangles out the side. It was.
You should do that.
Yeah, you should. That should have been the picture.
just like my hair is exploding through my ears. I could probably do that with my ear hair too, but that's
just braid it. Just have some cornrows come off of it.
And my wife doesn't play with my beard because she loves it. She plays with it because she hates it. So, and trying to like make it super awkward for me. But that's
love.
Yeah, that's my excuse. So
all right, so One Spec. All right, so this week we are doing One Spec for Rivals of Ixilan. If you don't know this segment, we pick one card that we think you can go all in on, put the mortgage money down on that, and
don't do that on any Magic card.
But this is the most likely that we feel can make the most amount of money down in the near future, later future. And then we'll kind of rehash it. We're going to, at some point, go over these. Even guest stars like number 2. Hey, number 2. So, all right. So, Rivals of Ixilan. What do you guys have? Lowry, let's start off with our guest. Number 2, what do you have for your pick?
Thank God.
Because you don't have yours yet. You're still...
No, I'm just looking it up. Don't worry about it.
I picked Arch of Urzaka. It's that colorless land from Rivals with Ascend that you can pay 5 to tap to draw a card and activate only if you have City's Blessing, which Ascend is really easy to do in Commander.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. You're most of the time going to have this.
Right. And it's in 11,000 decks because lands are awesome.
Also true.
Just like green.
And I mean... green's terrible and stupid.
I was hoping you would just let that one slide. All right, blue player.
Because blue is the best. I counter your insults.
So, somebody's really bitter that there's a color on par with blue now.
Green is so much better than blue right now, and it can do everything. It's like 50 cents right now.
So that's my question. So you don't do a lot of the like specking necessarily.
I don't.
In your non-specking, what would you attack this one? Would you go after the non-foils or would you go after the foils?
I don't know. You just told me to pick a card, so I picked a cheap ass card.
No, I know. I'm curious on like, don't even go with the spec stuff. Just taking that out. Like personally, you looking at this card being like, all right, I'm picking one of these cards out of Rivals of Ixilan. For you personally, not trying to, I'm not
and
saying
don't listen to your wife on how much you spend on Magic.
Not saying
I haven't
one
been spending
answer
much on Magic. I've been spending it on board games.
Which I'm disappointed in, but that's okay.
Not mad, just disappointed.
Yep.
So where would you go with this one? If you were like, hey, I want to pick up 10 copies of these for my collection to spec on.
If I was just doing 10, I would probably get the foils because I mean that's only $4.
And actually, shit,
you're gonna spend $40 on this card?
Yeah.
There's some
Mr. Moneybags.
There's some I'm seeing on Goldfish that are under $3. And you got the others for $1. Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat with you with foils for sure on this. I'm just trying. There's
I'd go foils.
3 printings of it. 3 foil.
The first
printings.
one I found at Card Kingdom, so shop around a little bit.
So I agree to a certain point. Like Ascend, it makes it less likely to get reprinted in like a Commander set or something.
Oh yeah, we probably won't see that very much at all.
Yeah,
outside of commander or supplemental sets. Yeah.
The problem that I have with Arch, like, because I'm pretty sure when we did the rotation of this, I was high on this
Yeah.
card.
This was one of your really good,
Yeah.
really high picks.
The part where I now like compare it to Bonder's Enclave with from Ikoria, and I think that's maybe just a better card. And tapping 6 to draw a card is a lot. And so it's like maybe it's on point with like Mikakoru, but that allows everybody to draw a card, but it's a lot cheaper. And so it's just kind of like it's a good card when your deck sucks, I think. Like if it's not running right.
Yeah, but would you
like,
add this? Would you add this? I would have this in decks that you like green decks that you will have a lot of mana in, like things that that doesn't matter as much. I wouldn't have it in necessarily.
And I think that there is like you just have better spells in green and blue.
So would you play
that draw cards like a lot, unless you're running like cards that untap lands as a theme in the deck, like Seedborn Muse, where you can get a couple draws per turn and then you don't have to worry about it during yours. That's where it works.
Yeah,
but like
that's the redundancy factor and always having that outlet.
Yeah. And so that's a nice part of it. And that's fairly common for green, but I do think this works maybe in like white red decks.
Here's
combinations.
So I think a card that it competes with, and now that is kind of taking its spot for 1, 2 color, maybe 3 color decks, is War Room will kind of take over for this to be
that's also there.
But I would say War Room, once you get to that 4 or 5 color decks, this then takes its place. Would you play War Room in a 4 and 5 color deck, or would you play this card in that? Because War Room's going in decks. That is going in a lot of decks. And it almost it seems like War Room is in this decks, and this when you have 1 to 3 and then 4 to 5, this probably pops in there. But I think you can have it's one or the other. I think they would both go together hand in hand, but I feel like this one fits in the 4 to 5 color decks. Because in the 4 to 5 color decks, think of this. You're typically trying to get lots of mana out, lots of different mana rocks. Because you have to make that fit. So this fits perfect in that. War Room's gonna fucking kill you. Yeah, it's only 3, but it's gonna kill you if you're in a 4 and 5 color deck.
Yeah. And I think the price point is a good place to go in. I just don't know where it ends. You know, like
I could see this as a foil 10 if it doesn't get reprinted. Like you had mentioned about it not being in Commander stuff. Where are they going to print this again with Ascend stuff? Unless they do Ascend again, which could happen.
Maybe
possibly happen. I just it would make it in a Commander deck, wouldn't it? Like
it wouldn't be something supplemental.
Yeah, it wouldn't be foil, and so your foil prices are probably pretty set. And so I think that $3, $4 jump in at foil is probably a double up in the next few years with that.
I can see that. I don't know about 10, but I'd say 8, like a double up. I can see long term. So I think between, and also off of like, just because we're on Rivals of Ixalan, I would say I don't hate the pick. Like, even though it does sound like I'm saying that I hate it, I like mine the most. Clearly, I like Adam second, but yours would be third out of the set.
I didn't have the button ready. Fuck it. It's too late now. Fuck me.
The moment has passed. So I do think out of 3, it's the right choice. Ouch. So no,
I like
and
mine
again
the best. I am awesome.
I was high on it until I think War Room and Bonder's Enclave and those 2 being printed since then, because it's like 3-4 years old at this point. I think that's made it lose its luster for me.
QQ more.
That's accurate. Come on, number 2. Even number 2.
All right. So I think it.
I still like it.
I think it's gonna. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna get there. Like I don't think actually any of our picks are gonna get there like anytime soon. To be honest.
Yeah.
With you.
Yep. Again, I think this has been pretty rough set.
Ixilan wasn't a great block.
Yeah. I was like, and I'll tell you when I get to mine, I'm gonna rip mine apart. But I think it's whatever. And Lowry's I spec'd on this one and it hasn't gotten there yet either. So Lowry, why don't you tell us about yours?
I'm going to go with Storm the Vault, and that's red, blue, 2 colorless enchantment. And whenever you have a creature deal damage to an opponent, you get to create a treasure token. If you have X amount of artifacts, you flip it and then it turns into 5 artifacts, and then it flips, and then you can tap it and it gives you a blue for each artifact you control. So this card's super powerful.
And also can tap for just a color. So if you don't have artifacts. So it's a better Tellurian Academy.
No, it's not a better.
No. Well,
the
no,
backside
it is.
It is. No,
I'm saying the backside is a better Tellurian. It's the same thing with Growing Rights of Itlamog. When it flips, it's a better Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah. And so this is in 7,000 EDH decks. And it's right around $4 or $5 right in there. The foils are around 11. And I think this has just a lot of potential. And I think one of the big things that people don't get about the card is per opponent.
But it isn't per creature. So remember
that. Agreed. Like, yeah, it's not per creature. But if you hit 3 of your opponents, you get 3 treasures.
Get 3 treasures. Yep.
And so that is nice, right? It's not just whenever you it's not just 1 per turn. It can be 3 if you're able to get through. And I think people miss that. $4. I mean, when you were speccing on it, it was like $250, I would guess. So it's moving up. And I think if you end up getting like a red blue artifact like focus set, or like I think that's possible. It's not out of the realm, and it's just going to continue to be added into decks that are like that.
I think its downfall of it as a card is that it splashed in blue. If it was just red, it fit more with the treasures. Well, and this would be used a lot more, but the flip side of it doing its blue thing, if it had something else on the flip that was still equivalent to or just a little worse than Tellurian Academy, this card would be used a ton more because it would go in so many more decks. Because of that added blue, it makes it tough, but it's still it's such a good card. Like hitting and getting treasure tokens like that, you're just spreading around, you're gaining all that advantage of mono rocks, whatever. And now treasure just seems they keep ramping up treasure every fucking set, it seems like, or every couple.
And sets. So like my problem with this is probably the buy-in price point right now. Again, I don't think the flip cards are going to be printed very often. That's the reprint is highly unlikely. And so the problem comes in is just like buying in at $4 or $5. Is this going to get to 8 to 10? Probably, but I don't know how much beyond that it would get. The foils have potential.
Quite especially
a bit.
If they don't get reprinted. Like you can see a flip card being printed in a Commander product or whatever but that won't be non-foil. No, just throwing the thing is there, it's trying to fit in a theme of what if they do a treasure theme?
The problem ends up being is like the printing process of it. It has to be a sheet
that's a good
of
point.
a flip card.
Yeah, that's a good
and
point.
Generally they'll need one to fill. One. Yeah. So that like it would have to be a sub printing theme. Like the whole set has to have at least a handful of flip cards for it to work.
A morph deck?
No. What?
it just happened. What is that noise?
Clicking my beer on the table. Just waiting for somebody else to talk.
No, I can dig it. I can dig. Well, where do you think foils get up to? You're at a jump in price at $8 bucks.
I was seeing 11 on MTG stocks. But yeah,
Go
if
to
you
TCG,
can get it for 8,
that's where you'll get them for 8.
If you can get in for 8, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. 11 again. Now this is maybe high bullshit meter here, but this could be like $40 card.
What?
Foil? Foil. 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 You don't think so? You don't think it'll get up to that point?
40?
40.
Dude, this
foil.
hasn't moved.
I'm gonna also add in the pre-release foil.
Yeah, no, it's a yeah. That's the one I would probably go for with that stamp there too. 40.
I said it was high bullshit meter.
Yeah, it's very high.
Well, I think that dream will be easily foiled.
I wanted
What?
to give you.
I get
I'm not on the right page.
No, I appreciate that one. Number 2. That's. I hate that Adam has the button bar sometimes. I don't appreciate his wah-wahs either.
I just wasn't. That's what I wanted for you. I'll edit it in.
Convenient that you never hit that button appropriately.
You don't have a lot of those. You have more of these. All right. Well, I don't know if I can get on board with the 40, but I can maybe see this get into 15, 20 if it doesn't get reprinted down the road. But
the
40
$8 ones on TCG are moderately played.
Are they?
Yeah.
Where do you go for light play?
Light played are 10.
Big jump.
Wait, pre-release. Pre-release. Did you go to pre-release?
I'm not at pre-release.
Yeah, the pre-release ones are cheaper.
I don't feel like finding that.
Okay. Well, I have Goldfish up in there, having them at 8.
Pre-release. Foil. Yeah, those are cheaper. $8.75.
And those are the probably ones I would go for if I were to go for them. If I were to go for them for 40. No, I'm just kidding.
Stonks.
All right. Let me get to mine because this is a long ass episode. Mine isn't that much better. I spec'd on this one a while back and it never really paid off because they kept fucking printing it again. But it's a Atali Primal Storm. This is 2 red, 4 colorless, 6/6 Elder Dinosaur. Whenever it attacks, exile a top card of each player's library. Then you can cast any number of non-land exiled cards this way without paying their mana cost. So problems with this one. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 foil printings off of only coming out in one set. It has a media promo, which is the one I'm saying go for. Planeswalker promo, pack foil promo, and pre-release foil promo. Or not promo. Pack foil, pre-release are the other two. The media promo has the magic symbols. And if you're watching the stream right now, Lowry is doing lots of things with his fingers. But it has the magic symbols around it. And those are only going for $2. This is an 18,000 EDH decks.
Because it's fun.
Yeah. 100
Well,
printing.
it's casting stuff for free.
Yeah. 100
And
listings
that's-
for the media promos. That's why I was saying this is the one to go for, because compared to the others, it's 5, 7 for the foils. I originally, when I picked this like way back when Rivals came out, I thought this would get to 10 easily, but they kept fucking the promo, Planeswalker promo, foils and all that, and then it got printed in Commander 20, but that doesn't have the foil stuff. I think if they hold off from printing foils of this will easily hit $10. And I know it has the most listings for the media promo ones for the 100, but I think they're the best ones. Personally, those are the ones that I like the most, where it has
I visually like them.
Yes, they look the best to me. It does have by far combined The other 3 printings don't have over 100 listings. It's 65, 15, and 20. So you're, well, that's just right at 100.
There's those media promos. They're printed quite a bit.
Because I think aren't those the ones that come in like the things you get at Walmart? Is that like the things that they're talking about? Like it's the
is that what those are?
The face cards. So that's why there's so much more. But it's 100 printings of it. They're 100 listings. And they're two. Oh, I got the button. Get back the button. Yep, give me a second.
Your button game's been fucked.
This is why the episode is so long.
Yeah. Half of it's been Adam going, where's that button?
Well, I have too many damn buttons.
2? Well, I can't figure out just 2.
Yes. $2. $2.
And so, like, one thing that I have seen is like the media promos. I do personally like them, so I do pick up like a handful, like 4 to 6 of them if we like it, like Beast Whisper. But I think they match the non-foil pretty closely
for now.
Now. Well, even the problem is most of those media promos have been bad cards that just aren't worth anything.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I can think of off the top of my head is the Knight Exemplar from way back when. That's a core set way, M12, M13 time, but that jumped up with the Knights being printed back with Throne of Eldraine, and that's like a $10 card now, and the media promo also jumped up to $10. And so I haven't even looked at the foil version of that, but I would bet that it's more. And so that's really the only thing I'm going off of because I have both. But we know the Beast Whisperer one's a little bit more.
Knight Exemplars are 12 per foils. So it fits along with what you were saying. Wow. Goldfish has a really bad picture of that. Check that out if you ever want to get a blown out pic. There's no way that's what that card looks like. It looks like they oversaturated the whites in that. Kind of crazy.
Click clack.
Weird. That is probably the worst thing I've ever like. I've seen them put. No, it's really bad. I don't know why that's a really bad printing of.
I watched 2 Girls, 1 Cup, and this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
I remember. Did I show
you? Did.
Yeah,
it's your fault.
Yeah, I did. I was on a rampage of showing all our family. I showed my stepmom, and I sat downstairs just listening to her
watched
scream.
it with your stepmom.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. She was like laughing so hard. She almost puked.
Yeah, it was a gag. It was a gag scream. It was like,
it was disgusting.
Hashtag go watch that video. 2 Girls, 1
Cup.
Don't
do it.
Or Tub Girl.
I haven't seen that
one.
Go watch it.
Both of our eyes are like,
I'm not going to watch
that. I know
what
I'm watching after I get off this podcast.
I just hit caps lock, I think. All right.
So yeah, I visually the magic symbols on the card I like personally better. And the other part of this is
the supply is so big. I think that's the back and forth, right?
It is big, but compared to the other printings, it's only a matter of time if they stop printing that fucking card. Those will balance each other off because the other ones are getting low. Like I said, the Planeswalker promo foils, there's only 15 of them. Pre-release, there's only 28. So it's our same thing that we've been talking about with pre-release. So those two are normally if they're Planeswalker promo foils.
What are those foils at again? Sorry.
5 and 7. So pre-release is the highest. Pack foils are the second lowest, and Planeswalker promo is second highest. So I did that all in weird order.
Yep.
But it's media promo, pack foils are second, Planeswalker promo foil third, and pre-release are the highest. So it's kind of what we've been talking about for a while now, that the pre-release stuff, I think the stamping feature adds a little bit more protection on foil duplicates and all that stuff.
Makes it a lot harder.
Yeah,
Any of
I
the
think that those-
videos for like counterfeits, they don't do that. They don't even do the foil. It's just regular.
I think that's
cards.
what we
That's
started
what makes it
gravitating
hard.
towards foils more too, was
Yeah.
partially that. And the return is a lot better than getting a non-foil. You have to buy 10 of those to make up whatever.
And I know we're about to go on a tangent, but like old foils have been going crazy.
We're about to go on a tangent. Or
We're going to go on a tangent from our current tangent. But like, no, seriously.
Number two is like, get me out of here.
He could leave anytime.
What did I sign up for?
If you have a foil with a star on it, just check on the price. It is
a good point.
absolutely insane.
A little shooting star.
Yeah, it's down in the corner. I have.
You remember the Goblin? Was it Goblin Welder that I had that on there? And I sold that back in the day, probably 7-8 years ago for $95. I bet you that thing's. Yeah. I'm checking it right now.
Checking it right now. No, I have multiple cards that were literally worth $0, under $1 that are now $10 cards. Like I'm gonna say a stack of $20, $30 commons and uncommons that just shouldn't be worth anything and are. 7th edition has gone like absolutely crazy. Foils. So if you're around then, check out your collection. Just,
fuck.
Huh?
$399.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
That's actually just in the that's the same thing as the reserve list stuff. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah,
it just
I advised you to sell that off.
Oh, it's been
good job, Lowry.
Well, it's been
I mean, it was a decade ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And you should have known.
And they were just printing the Judge promo of the Goblin Welder, and they've done. At that point, there hadn't been any other printings of Goblin Welder. And now there's been a Commander and then also a dual deck printing along with the Judge printing.
And so it's just Commander anthology as well. 2 Commander printings, but not foils. Foils is the dual deck, the one that I sold, and then the Judge promo. Fuck.
Yeah. And so they've since then the price has tanked quite a bit. Like it used to be a $10 card. Now it's like $2. And so
I can't get to that button
that
quick.
difference
I'm
there.
sorry.
But there's should I have waited a little bit?
How about this? This will just do. Oh shit! I'm not even at that.
Hey, number 2.
Did you even hit a button?
Hey, number 2.
So yeah, tangent on top of a tangent. Watch your shit. Reserve list is going nuts. That we've already said. Foils with a star going nuts. It's all gas. It's all gas. I'm done. I'm done. I haven't had 4 beers in quite some time, and I am here. So next week I will be talking about gout.
And gas.
I've had gas my entire life. All right. That's
lucky. So what'd you think, number 2?
I am ready for bed.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on. This is way better than the 3-hour marathon that we did last time.
Yeah. It's only 2 hours when you add in unsnipped. We're all good.
That took a half hour. What are we doing?
Well, what I have noticed is when we do one spec with another person, we break it down more with 3 people. Where both of us, when we normally do one spec, it's just like, this is my spec. This is the card. I like that card. All right, move on to the next one. Whereas
because Lowry has to insult people more.
He has to go, that was a terrible spec. I hate it.
I definitely went after combo too.
Yeah, he did. He's like, I don't know why you picked that
I was
spec.
like, God, I'm an asshole.
And Lowry's always the nice one, and I was like, this is weird. I have to be like, I think it's a good card. I like it.
Combo, you're a nice guy.
I like you.
Yeah.
I like
He knows
you.
that, I think.
Well,
I'll send him a Valentine's card. I'm sorry.
number 2, thank
In
you
March?
for joining us. We're gonna be
My mom still doesn't have one. Don't worry about it.
if you haven't listened to Unsnipped, we mentioned it kind of in there. But number 2 is gonna kind of make a little more of a regular appearance with new stuff because he's our news guy for the Discord.
I guess I gotta start paying attention again.
Yeah, you're like, shit. You just gave me a role. Now I actually have to do all this shit.
Thank you.
So anytime, he'll probably be popping in. He won't be necessarily doing a whole episode. Maybe 85 episodes later, we'll get him in again. But he'll jump in here and there for the news section. Other than that, I think that'll do it for this week, right?
It's also a good way to make sure these episodes aren't 2 hours long.
Exactly. Oh, where can people find you, Mr. Number 2?
At home because there's a
Your
pandemic.
Twitter. Your
That's
Twitter.
weird.
What's your Twitter handle?
What is my Twitter handle? I don't even know. Rbus0.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I just tweet from it. I don't do anything. I don't remember it.
All right.
And if you
Follow
check
the
out
CommanderSmiths, and then you can find
Yeah.
number 2. He's on our follows and following.
You can also find out his other account if you check out the YouTube video.
Wow.
Just
Wow, that's almost too obvious.
maybe I'll cut that part out. It might turn into just a fart noise like this. You know, that's just
Now it's just going to be 2 in a row. What's going on?
It's just gonna turn into all right. Well, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Good job.
That's a good
guys.
ending.
Good job.
That's good.
You guys did good.
That's like a fine wine. That's